I need to know if we need to pump the brakes here for this 120. Isaiah Thomas and the Boston Celtics visiting the Phoenix Suns. Thomas played for the Suns during the 14-15 season before he was traded to Boston. This is his third game back in Phoenix since the trade. Seemed to take this game personally. He made a three-pointer early in the first and had some words with the Suns bench. In the fourth, Thomas made another triple. Motion to his wrist.
Look at that one, too. He knew that was in.
Oh, yeah.
He turned before that even
Steph Curry
hit nylon, yeah.
In the fourth quarter, he makes a triple right here, and then as he's hearing it from the crowd, he looks down at his wrist and says, "You know what time it is. King of the force in this house, MFers." Thomas scored 35 points, including 15 in the fourth quarter, but when the Celtics needed him the most, did he let his team down? Right here, misses the front end of his free throws. That makes it a 1 point, or keeps it a 1 point game. He'd make the second, so it's a 2 point game. Eric Bledsoe then hits this game-time bucket, getting to the rack. He was phenomenal. Here's where we really need to know if Isaiah Thomas cost his team or not. Turns the ball over on the inbounds. Tyler Ulis picks it up and buries the game-winning three. So pump the brakes or pedal to the metal. Isaiah Thomas lost focus and in turn lost this game for his team against the Suns.
Man, that's hard. It's hard for me to go in on a guy that's literally been the bread and butter, the heart and soul of this team all year long. But if you're going to hold him up to a superstar standard, I don't think that it's so out of the realm of possibility to think in watching this game. And I thought we did a good job of cutting the big moments, the ebbs and flows of emotion for Isaiah going up against his former team. So kudos to our crew there for doing a good job. If you didn't see the game, I think he did lose focus a little bit. When you think of Isaiah Thomas, this is one of the better ball handlers, one of the more poised guys, a great shooter from the charity stripe, from anywhere on the court. A guy you want the ball in his hands at all times, especially in the fourth quarter, especially when it's Isaiah time, and especially when you need a winning play in the closing seconds. There's no one you want the ball in their hands more.
Absolutely.
For him to cough it up in that instance was very out of character. And I think for me, if this was a game at home against the Atlanta Hawks, if this was a game in Memphis, maybe that didn't mean as much to him, didn't have as much personal, vendetta kind of storyline coloring it, I should say. I don't think he would have coughed the ball up there. I don't think he would have missed that free throw. I don't mean to say, all systems go, pedal to the metal. He did screw this game up for them, and, it was horrible. I mean, how many points did he have?
35.
He was still awesome. As he always is. But I think if he's honest with himself, when all the media leaves and he's looking in the mirror, when his head hits the pillow tonight, I think he'll be honest with himself and say, dang it, I maybe got a little carried away. If I just kept my cool, could have won that game, and then I really would have had the last laugh. I could be like, man, you know what time it is? Time for us to get a W and get the hell out of Phoenix.
Yeah, there was enough time after that Bledsoe bucket, about 4+ ticks left on the clock.
I
That's
was
enough
ready
to get the rock and have him launch a three as he gets on the
quick he is. I mean, he could get down all the way to the rack. Just didn't happen that way, and I think he was, maybe the pulse was going a little higher than normal.
And Tyler Ulis, you better watch out. This kid's playing some really good hoop for the Phoenix Suns, kind of taking all those minutes that Brandon Knight was occupying behind Eric Bledsoe. He has been very productive.
It's actually
as of
not
late.
the Suns. It's just Big Kentucky, they're called.
Pretty much.
Kentucky.
Pretty much.
Big Desert Kentucky.
Don't know where they'll be in this draft, but I imagine De'Aaron Fox
Bledsoe,
and
Booker, you got Ulis.
They'll probably end up trading for Anthony Davis and Boogie Cousins at some point.
But it'll make them worse.
Somehow, some way.
Like everyone's saying.